What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, Sugar Salon TV. Today, you guys, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different from my channel. It's something new that I'm introducing to my channel that I've been wanting to introduce to my channel for a while. And it's talking about mental health. To be honest, I feel like in our community, we don't really talk about mental health as much. I don't know why it's such a stigma about it, which I really don't understand why. And why would I be talking about mental health on my channel? Because, especially after being a hairstylist and retiring from hair, it's because I just feel like it's something that should be discussed in my community, in our community, also, here on YouTube as well, and on my channel. And the reason I'm so interested and passionate about mental health and all of that is because it makes us who we are, number one. Number two, ever since I was in the 11th grade, I wanted to be a psychiatrist, which is actually a PhD. A psychiatrist is someone who has a PhD. They can write prescriptions. They also can diagnose people with mental health personality disorders and behavior disorders. So because of the fact that, and of course it's been a long time since I graduated high school, but, I've always been very passionate. If anybody knows me, they know I'm kind of this person who always like to help people and care about people and really do love people. So to me, human behavior is very interesting. To me, people's personalities and behaviors are very interesting to me. So it's just something that I wanted to add to my channel. So if you see anything pop up about mental health on my channel, just know I'm passionate about it. It's something that I've been studying on my own for about 9 years probably. But just a disclosure and a disclaimer, like full disclosure, I'm not a licensed psychiatrist or psychologist. I haven't gone to school for it or anything like that. So just want to let you know I'm just someone who's passionate about it and feel like it should be, out here more and want to discuss it on my channel. Because sometimes it may be easier to receive it from somebody who's not a clinician or not a psychiatrist or whatever. But there's so much information out there now that I've been studying it for years. So today what I'm going to talk about, and you're going to see me look down at my tablet some, of course. So today I'm going to talk about what is a personality and what is a personality disorder. And then today, in mental health, you guys, it's different, what they call cluster personalities or clusters. So today I'm going to be talking about one of them that fall under the cluster A. And then there's actually three that falls under cluster A. Today I'm going to talk about one of them, and then as I said, I'm going to continue on to talk about mental health on my channel. So I'm going to be talking about one of the cluster A personalities today. So cluster A personalities, what are they? And as I mentioned that it's three cluster A personalities that fall under that category. Cluster A personalities have a consistent dysfunctional pattern of thinking and behavior that has they are very suspicious, and they have a lack of interest in others. And so you guys, I'm getting my information from the Mayo Clinic, which I'm sure you may have heard of the Mayo Clinic. Also, you guys, as you know, I'm going to pop some stuff on my screen so that you can see. I'm also going to put a whole lot of information down below, a lot of links and good information for you to help you, or if you feel like a family member or a friend, a coworker, or anybody. To me, it's good to understand different people's personalities and their behaviors. And this cluster A, again, as I just defined it for you, they can be consistently suspicious, and they have a lack of interest in others. There are three cluster A's, but today I will be talking about the first cluster A, which is paranoid personality disorder. It falls under that cluster A, so it's considered a personality type where, They have a dysfunctional pattern of thinking and of behavior. They're very suspicious of people and very distrusting of people, and they have a lack of interest in others. So it's called paranoid personality disorder, or sometimes known as PPD. And again, you guys, as I mentioned, I gave you guys that disclaimer about the fact that I'm not a licensed psychiatrist or psychologist. So let's just give you a brief overview of this behavior, the paranoid personality disorder. And that's kind of tell you a little bit about personality. What is a personality? What is a personality? People have unique personalities and made up of a complex combination of different traits. Our personality will affect how people understand, how we relate to one another, how we relate to the world around us, as well as how we see ourselves. Ideally, people's personality traits allow them to flexibly adapt to our changing environment in ways that lead to more healthy relationship with others and coping strategies. When people have personality traits that are less adaptive, this leads to inflexibility and unhealthy coping mechanisms. For example, they may manage stress by drinking or misusing drugs, which in the mental health, in that system, they kind of call that self-medicating, because a lot of times before people get diagnosed with whatever they're diagnosed with, or before, they take ownership and accountability, like they may get diagnosed and get some prescription medications and therapy, but in the meantime, on the backside, they may be self-medicating, which means they'll be drinking a lot, or could be using drugs, could be doing both, but usually it's one or the other, drugs or alcohol. Sometimes it could be both, but they call that self-medicating. So for example, they manage their stress by drinking or misusing drugs and have a hard time managing their anger. And they find it hard to trust and connect with others. A personality disorder is a mental health condition where people have a long lifetime pattern of seeing themselves and reacting to others in ways that will cause problems. People with personality disorders have a hard time understanding emotions and tolerating distress, and they act very impulsively. This makes it hard for them to relate to others, causing serious issues and affecting their family life, their social activities, their work, their relationships, their school performance. It affects every area of their life and their overall quality of life. Okay, you guys, so I've gone over that with you guys. I'm trying to make it as simple to understand as possible, as practical as possible. So let's go over some of the behaviors or some of the symptoms, if you will, of someone who could have paranoid personality disorder. Paranoid personality disorder, PPD, it's known as well. And you guys just remember, I'm going to go down this list. I'm going to put it on the screen. Also, you guys, just know that out of these, if this list of symptoms and behaviors that I call out, they only need 4 of them to be diagnosed with this. Again, I'm not someone who can diagnose, but, just want to give you a pattern of their behavior. And out of these that I list out, they only need 4. So paranoid personality disorder, again, it falls under that cluster A. Again, remember, it's personalities that have a consistent dysfunctional pattern of thinking and behavior that reflects suspicion or lack of interest in others. Again, the personality of this person with paranoid personality disorder, they lack trust and they're suspicious of others and the reasons for other people's actions. And so the reason it's called paranoid personality disorder, For me, when I hear the word paranoid, I don't know about what you think when you hear the word paranoid, but for me, when I hear paranoid, that makes me think of someone who kind of overthinks things, like they always thinking into things, they kind of distrusting or whatever. So again, with this paranoid personality disorder, one of the behaviors that you will see in them is they have a lack of trust and very suspicious of others, and they're also suspicious of the reasons for someone's actions. Say, for instance, someone may give them some flowers and someone else may be like, oh, girl, thank you. Oh, God, thank you for the flowers. But for them, they'll become kind of suspicious or kind of paranoid about, okay, they may think in their head, why would this person give me flowers? Or, so it's kind of that pattern of behavior where they lack trust and suspicious of others and the reasons for other people's actions. And number two, they believe that others are trying to do harm to them with no reason to feel that way. Again, they believe that others are trying to do harm to them, but they have no evidence of it, and they have no reason to feel that way. So that's number two. Number three, they doubt the loyalty of others. They feel like others are not loyal to them. Even if you're showing that you're very loyal to them, they will always, in their head, they will doubt it. They will doubt that you're honest and loyal to them. Number four, they're not willing to trust others. They have a very hard time trusting others. And you guys, when I go down this list and I'm speaking about their beliefs with others and their interactions with others, when I say others, I'm talking about across the board. They're not a respecter of persons. They're not a respecter of who they don't believe or who they distrust. It could be anybody. It runs the gamut. So when I say they have paranoid personality disorder, or they paranoid, or when I list out all these different ways that they behave, I'm saying it's across the board with anybody. They could feel this way about their parents, their spouse, their significant other, their children. It's anybody, their teachers, anybody in their life, they're going to feel this way towards. So not trusting, not willing to trust others. That's the fourth one. The fifth one, they hesitate to confide in others for fear that others will use the information that they tell you against them. Again, they hesitate to confide in others because they fear that others will use the information against them. So what will that look like? That will look like somebody being pretty much very secretive. Like they're pretty much secretive. This is a person you feel like you should know, or a person you've known for years, but you still feel like you don't know them. Like they've been in your life for years, but you feel like you don't know a lot about them. Because of the paranoid thinking that they have, they don't really tell a lot about themselves or what's going on because they hesitate to do that. They hesitate to confide and tell people things about them because they feel like once they tell somebody something about them, the person is going to use it against them. So that was the fifth one. The sixth one is they would take innocent remarks, innocent statements or situations that are not threatening to them, but they will take it as a personal insult or a personal attack. So you can make a very innocent remark to them, or a very innocent situation could happen, and it could not be threatening at all. It could not be anything that's mean at all, but they will take it as a personal insult or an attack. They will act like you just attacked them because of their way of thinking. Again, this is a personality disorder. So when they say personality disorder, personality makes you who you are. It's how you behave, it's how you react. I gave you that definition of what a personality is. So personality disorder, it's different than the norm. Somebody would normally not respond in this way, but this person would. So you can make a very innocent remark, or you could be just joking with them, or it could be an innocent situation, but they will take it as a threat or a personal insult or attack on them. The 7th one, number 7, is they become very angry or hostile to what is believed to be a slight or insult. They become very angry or very hostile if they think or if they believe that you have slighted them or insulted them. Again, this is a personality, so this is how they behave. Again, a personality makes somebody who they are, so this is how they act. So they will become angry or hostile if they even believe or remotely believe that you have slighted them or insulted them. You probably did not, but if they even just remotely think that you have, because of their way of thinking, they will feel like you have slighted or insulted them. They could feel that way. Number 8, they have a habit of holding grudges. Like, because of all of this overthinking and their pattern of behavior, it's going to be things, as you hear me walk down this list, there are going to be things that's going to upset them, or they're going to feel like somebody wronged them, or they're going to feel like they're the victim of a situation, because they're always feeling like someone has wronged them, somebody has slighted them. If they tell somebody something, the person, told somebody else or used it against them. So they have this potential of holding grudges. So what is a grudge? A grudge is something where, you may make someone angry, or somebody may get upset with you about something. And a grudge is when they just never seem to let it go. So people with PPD, paranoid personality disorder, they will hold a grudge against you forever. Like, they'll be mad at you about something and you have no idea what you have done. You trying to figure out what did you do, because, now they're not calling you. They're not staying in contact with you. You're not hearing from them. It's like they just disappear. They ghosting you. And you trying to think in your head, like, what did I do? You're trying to figure out, okay, what did I do? But as I go down this list, I've already named 8 of them, and I have one more pattern of their behavior. And please remember, they only need 4 out of this list of 8 to be diagnosed with this, possibly. So potentially diagnosed with paranoid personality disorder. So, I don't know if you know anybody like this. You may know someone like this, but this is how their pattern of behavior be. They will hold grudges, and they will hold grudges forever. Like, they'll hold a grudge forever. You can't talk your way out of it, because you have seen all this whole list. Do you think you'll be able to talk yourself out of this? Like, do you think you can sit down and talk to them and try to talk your way out of it? I don't think so. So, and I'm not making fun of this. This is a pattern of behavior. This is their personality. This is how they behave. It is considered mental health. So it is a mental health. It could be a mental health diagnosis. If someone has this, they are considered to have mental health. Okay, the last one on the list, they often suspect that their spouse, sexual partner, significant other, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, partner, significant other is unfaithful for no reason. They don't have any reason to believe that. They don't have any kind of evidence. They just believe in their head because of their way of thinking, this normal way of thinking that's normal for them. They're going to be suspicious to anybody they date, anybody they're married to, anybody that they're in a sexual relationship with, anyone that they're in a partnership with, in a relationship with. They're going to be very, very, very suspicious of this person, and they're not going to have any reason, any proof, any evidence of this person being unfaithful to them. But in their head, They really truly believe that this person is unfaithful. And so what age does this? I've gave you that whole list of 8 symptoms of their behavior. Now, what age does this usually start? Like, to be honest, you guys, anything with mental health, personality disorders, all of this stuff, it usually starts, you know, when they're in their teens. You can start kind of seeing it. And then, like with most mental health, it starts in your teens, adolescence, or young adulthood. So people with paranoid personality disorder typically start experiencing the symptoms and showing signs of this condition by the late teens or early adult years, where they start becoming paranoid. And so, you guys, again, let's just talk about self-medicating. So a lot of times, as I mentioned earlier, like when people have not been diagnosed yet, they will do what they call self-medicating. You know, in the mental health arena, you know, that's what they call it, self-medicating. What that means is just they will use drugs or alcohol or both, you know, and they will be drinking a lot, you know. They will do all of this to cope, to calm down their thoughts or whatever they're dealing with. They will be using drugs or alcohol. So I just want to put this information out there because I feel like we in life, we all have to interact with one another. Now, this personality type can be really difficult to interact with because they, no matter what you do, they're always going to feel like they're a victim of someone else's abuse, or, you know, in their mind, they're going to feel like they're being abused or taken advantage of. And, you know, to be honest, you guys, we can't change how people feel. You know, if they have this disorder, that's going to be how they feel. Because I just gave you that list of eight reasons why they have this. They could be diagnosed with this disorder. Again, usually they are going to be estranged from people. Sometimes their family, sometimes their children, sometimes their parents. They're going to be estranged from different people, marriages, relationships. You know, for people, it could be a challenge to try to be in any kind of engagement or any kind of relationship with people with this personality because they are very distrusting. So if you feel like you know someone with this personality type or someone in your family with this personality type, it's just good, you know. You may want, it's like, how do you approach them? How do you get them to see their behavior? Because a lot of times they don't feel like it's their behavior. They feel like it's other people's behaviors. Because as I listed down this list, they feel like other people are doing things to them. So if you try to mention, like if it's a loved one, or it's a friend, or it may be a family member, or co-worker or something, possibly if you try to mention to them that you think they may have this, they may be very, you know, they may give you some pushback because they're not going to see it that way. They're going to see it that they're the victim. So I just wanted to make this video today, keep it brief. Again, I'm going to pop stuff on the screen. I'm going to put tons of information below. If you have this personality disorder, God bless you and God bless everybody watching this channel. And just try to get the help that you need. I'll put some numbers on the screen as well because this is going to affect every relationship, and I really truly want to be discussing mental health and all of this on my channel to help relationships, because stuff like this can destroy people's families. It destroys marriages. It can destroy a lot if people have this personality disorder or other mental health. So I'm on here trying to be an advocate for mental health, trying to help people to understand who may not understand about these different behaviors. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you would drop some comments down below telling me if you may know anybody with this personality type, or tell me what you might want to see on my channel since I'm going this route now. I'm still going to be doing hair and other stuff on my channel, but if you've been a subscriber for a while, you know that I put a variety of things that's near and dear to my heart on my channel. So please give me a thumbs up. Please hit the notification button, and I'm going to see you guys on my next video. Thanks for watching.